There's some pain in my mind. Colors dance, spill outside the lines. I refuse to settle, never the black and white. Rock the neons until the day I die.
Hey everyone, it's Rhonda here. Hope everyone's doing well. So I've got a quick little class here I want to do for you, showing you a couple of the products from the Gone Artsy shop, in addition to a fun little upcycle, recycle kind of project. First, I want to tell you about the Deco foil. Now, Deb has these in several colors, and this is some pretty cool stuff. So this is my first time using it. And she also has the cool Deco foil adhesive pen that you can use with this project. Now, the Deco foil, you can, when you get it, inside are instruction sheets. This comes with 5 sheets. And I already have one of these pulled out. But it also gives you, let's see, 5 different options on how to use this. One, of course, is using the pen. And then there's a foam adhesive, a hot melt adhesive, which you can use it with your iron. Then there's a fusion spray adhesive, and then you can also use your laminator, or if you have a Heidi Swap Mink. Now, I'm demonstrating the liquid adhesive pen because that is what Deb carries in the shop. And when you do the laminator or the Heidi Swap Mink, you must do it on laser printed items. So you can always upload to like your local Staples or Office Depot and pick them up. Usually doesn't cost very much. Now, I have not tried it with an inkjet. I do not know, and apparently the results are not the same because a lot of people encourage you to use the laser printer. So again, today I'm just going to demonstrate with the adhesive pen because that is what Deb carries in the shop. Alrighty. So, moving on. This also comes in a great little tube. Let me wind this up just a little bit more. And if you have the pegboard in your studio or your craft room, then you've got the nice little handle right here where you can hang these. And again, these come in a lot of various colors. So we're going to move that aside. Now, Deb also carries several chipboard pieces in the shop. Be sure to check those out. She has wording and shapes and designs. These were some that I just had in my own stash that I'm going to use. Now, when you get this, it comes all packaged like this and has an extra nib. Give this a nice shake. Now, you can use this for other, gluing purposes, not just for this. Okay, and just hold this down for about 30 seconds. So then that way you get the glue flowing when you first open it up. Okay. I've already messed with it a little bit. So now we'll get started here. Now, I was playing a little bit with this earlier. So here is our sheet of foil. Okay. Let me move this out of the way. Now, what we're going to do, and this is a nice sticky glue, so make sure your surface is pretty clean. And we're going to get this flowing here. And then we're just going to get it worked all over our chip piece. I may have to come out of shot for a minute. And you just get it flowing, and then you give it a good rub down. Again, this is great glue for other projects as well. In addition, Deb does carry a couple other different adhesives. One in particular she carries is for styrofoam, so it's really great for styrofoam. Now, I have a mink. I will demonstrate this at a later date with the mink. But I do not have a laser printer. Now, I'm just going to get this good and covered because I want to get a good coverage. Now, the cool thing about this stuff is if you're wanting to do something rather grungy or vintagey and you want to use the foil, you can just do it in little spots and, you know, different little places just to add your foil. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this, we're going to put it on the back side of your foil now, okay? And yes, I did try the front like a goof. And then we're going to, I don't have one of those rollers so to burnish it down. So we're just going to, nope, you know what? I'm going to use this, which Deb also carries. And while I'm showing it, it is an iridescent medium. So she also carries that. Might as well show you all that. And I'm just going to use this just to help roll that down on there because I'm going to set this aside for a minute while I explain this other little project. It's a great little upcycle project that you could do. Or if you just want to make some, go for it. They make nice little gifts. Okay, now we're going to set this over here just for a minute. Now, this was my daughter's. And it came from, it's from a very popular purse company. And I'm sure that a lot of y'all know who it is. But this was a lot of people call them wristlets. They call them, oh, my mind escapes me right now. So anyhow, you could get two projects out of this if you wanted to. This was together, and I'm going to do it together just like it was, using some of this fabulous trim, crochet trim lace from the shop. And you can do various different things with it, but for this project we are going to create a little wristlet that you can use for your keys. Now what I'll be doing is I'm going to run this through. Okay, first let me get my desired length, and I think I'm going to have it about this long. Okay, so we're going to go on and get that cut. And again, I'm using these fabulous scissors from the shop. Okay, now if you sew, great. If you don't, you can use the Fabri-Tac. I'm going to sew mine, and then I will come back and show you the results of this great little project. But what I'm going to do, excuse me, is I'm going to put this on. Okay, and then that's just going to be rather free flowing. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to fold that over like so. All right, so that we have a nice clean edge. And let me shorten this up a bit down here. And I'm going to lay that right there. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a stitch. Just an easy, simple stitch. Now, if you want to, you can stitch this up here so this stays down at this end. And then there's what it'll look like once we're done. And I think I'm going to add this cute little fun charm on here as well. Whoops. Again, that adhesive sticks really well. I need a larger jump ring, so I have those out for that. I have some in silver too. Now, again, this will have a stitch right through here, and this will just be free flowing, so it can all hang down here. Now, once this is sewn together, again, this is just a little recycling project just to give these pieces new life. She was going to throw them away because she did order a new one. And then this, of course, it'll go down here, you know, as you wear it, and then you have this to wear for wristlet. But I couldn't see throwing this away because it was still very good, because they have absolutely the most fabulous hardware that this company, you know, carries and designs for. But again, like I said, I'm just going to stitch it right across there. And you'll see the pictures at the end of what this looks like once it has been sewn. Alrighty. Now, back to our foil. Now once this is, you know, dried pretty good, what we're going to do is just give it a peel. And again, isn't that the coolest? And it's left it sort of rough right through here. That is just so awesome. Isn't that cool? So yeah, you can use this fun stuff to create really cool and awesome little. This is what Deb carries in the shop. It is the Deco Foil Adhesive Pen, which is also great for other things too, because it is a nice sticky glue. So it's going to adhere quite well. All right, so that is my quick little class for the day. Hope you enjoyed it, and do check out these great products. And this beautiful lace also comes in 2 other colors. I'm just a huge fan of the green, so that is what I purchased, and I just love it. It's so nice. So, all right then. Well, you all get to crafting. Be sure to check out the shop for more of these fabulous Deco foil colors. And again, the instructions come in these of other ways to adhere and use them other than just with the adhesive pen. So, that is like the coolest thing ever. Love it. Guess I'm going to have to invest in an inkjet printer. I mean a laser printer. I've got inkjet printers out the wazoo. Okay, so I decided just to come back and show you what I've done using the products from Gone Artsy. Again, this was just a quick little class. This beautiful piece Deb has in the shop. It is a velvet ribbon and crochet. Velvet and crochet ribbon or lace, and she also has this in a pink and one other color, I do believe. This of course is the green, and it is because green is my favorite color. And when I seen this, I thought, oh, I know what I'm going to do with this. And as I explained in the first video, I've sort of done an upcycle or recycle, rather than throwing this hardware here away. And this was a, some people call them wristlets, from a very fun, well-known company. And she had wore this out, and I just couldn't see throwing the hardware away. But in turn, she had bought a new one and replaced it. So I thought, you know, what a great way to get just a little bit more use out of it. You could make one separate just with this end or just with this end. And I've sort of sewn it together, and here is where I've got it all sewn together. And here you go. And then you can just wear it right on your wrist, like so. Great, huh? Now, also, I wanted to show you. Now, I'd suggest hitting it with the iron. That I did not do. And then I just attached a fun little charm that my dear sweet friend Madge sent. Her and Midge, and I just attached it. The lovely Miriam from Miriam's Crafting Supplies sells these type of little gadgets. They're not near as big though, so you could create your own little smaller versions of them. And I believe Miriam has these in other colors. This is the copper bronze color. So you can make you some small ones like this, you know, versus using the wider. You could use some of the lovely seam binding from the shop. Just another idea or thought to create with. And I'll pull some out over here. Or if you have, you know, just some narrow ribbon, that would work. Here's a piece. And this one's not long enough, but this is some of the seam binding that Deb sells in the shop. So there you go. Of course, you would need a longer piece if you wanted to make it into a wristlet. Just all I've done is fold one end over like so. I'll show you all again. Oh, this seam binding will look perfect with this. Yeah. And then at this end, what I did was I folded it over just so that way the end looks a little more finished. And then I brought this down here to connect the two, and then I just ran a stitch with my sewing machine right across through there, and then you have your little loop. And these could be a smaller version, you know, just something to hold on to. but I just wanted to share that little bit of tidbit information. And I'm sure you could order these pieces online or the rings online somewhere. But again, like I said, I just was trying to give that piece of hardware an extra go around rather than, you know, tossing it. And I wanted to share that Miriam sells some like that as well. And then here are my chipboard pieces using the Deco foil glue and the Deco foil. And again, this comes with instructions on other ways of using the Deco foil, and this was really fun. I just, as I showed you in the first video, put the applied the glue on. Now this one, I applied the glue directly onto the back of the Deco foil. Okay, I just measured out how far down and over I needed to apply this. Where this one, I applied the glue onto the chipboard and then laid the Deco film on it. And this one, I had a little more coverage. This one, you know, gave it a little bit more grungy look, which I think is absolutely cool. And again, if you take and print a picture, an image, or words, you can place this Deco foil over it, run it through a laminator, or if you have the real cool Mink machine. This also gives you other instructions of other ways of being able to use this, and you can cut your stuff out using your die machines and what have you. But you have to use a laser printer. I have not tried it with an inkjet, and I'm going to say that it probably will not work because everyone says a laser printer, which you can always upload to your things to Staples or Office Depot, or any place like that. So, but if you want to use these and apply with the glue, Deb carries this in the shop. So, anyhow, quick little class. I wanted to come back and show you all this because I was really impressed with it. And of course, my daughter loved it, so she's getting it all back. But yeah, so have fun playing with the Deco foil. And this comes in a buku ton of colors that Deb has in the shop, and you can use this glue because it's wonderful for other other things to cards. If you're a paper crafter, this would work great for that. And it does come with an extra nib. So there you go. Just some fun little quick tips and showing you a few things that you can do at home with products from Gone Artsy. And just stay tuned to the end because, again, like I mentioned before, there are some steals for you to take a look at and check out the projects. All right, folks. See you all next week for another class. Take care. Bye-bye.
Constant search to make my heart swell. Bite off too much, shoot like hell. Have my nights spent in a hotel. Price I pay to escape the conveyor belt. One, you get one heartbeat song. Take it seriously.